The only person who gets to torture my brother is me.
From a cartoon strip to a TV show, movies, stage productions, and animated films, the Addams Family has really evolved over the years since it first hit the scene. Now with Netflix's new TV series, Wednesday, starring Jenna Ortega as Wednesday Addams, there are a whole bunch of Easter eggs referencing all the different versions. So let's dive into every little detail you might have missed in Wednesday. In Wednesday Season 1, Episode 4, Jericho's town sheriff Donovan Galpin slyly references Scooby-Doo, tipping his hat to the 1972 crossover episode of the new Scooby-Doo movies featuring the Addams family titled Wednesday is Missing. Galpin quips, "Listen Velma, why don't you and the Scooby gang stick to your homework and leave the investigating to the professionals?" The original crossover had Gomez and Morticia on a second honeymoon, leaving the gang to house sit for the Addamses. But when Wednesday goes missing, it's up to the Scooby gang to crack the case before the parents return. Another pause-worthy detail in Wednesday Season 1, Episode 6, is a flashback to Wednesday's past birthday parties, where she cracks open a piñata full of spiders, something that scares all the other children away but doesn't faze the ever-calm Wednesday. This nods to the 1964 TV series The Addams Family, where Wednesday kept a pet spider named Homer in a box. Although Homer doesn't make an appearance in Wednesday, her love for creepy crawlies shines through in another childhood pet, an unfortunate pet scorpion named Nero, tragically killed by some cruel boys who bullied her when she was 6. It's these darkly whimsical touches that add depth to Wednesday's character. And let's not forget that the series kicks off with Wednesday going to Pugly's regular school, where she finds him trussed up with an apple stuffed in his mouth, a callback to the 1991 Addams Family movie where Wednesday tied him up for archery practice. Directed by Tim Burton, Wednesday is filled with references to his films. If you take a closer look at Principal Weems's desk, you'll spot a little dried-up head under a glass dome, reminiscent of Harry the Hunter's shrunken head from Beetlejuice. The giant bear in the principal's office is another nod to the enormous stuffed bear in the Addams Family home from the 60s TV show. Later, when Wednesday ends up in the infirmary after the gargoyle incident, she lies in bed with her arms crossed, just like in the first movie. When she meets Tyler for the first time, she casually mentions that she can fix his broken coffee machine at home using a steam-powered guillotine she built at 10 years old. This is a direct reference to the Addams Family value scene, where Wednesday and Pugsley attempt to reenact the beheading of Marie Antoinette on their baby brother. And her comment about decapitating her dolls is a nod to the sitcom, where she had a severed head doll, and also the 90s movie. The show doesn't shy away from its kooky and spooky roots either. In the first episode, when Tyler tells Wednesday she's not scary, she replies, "I prefer spooky." This is a clever reference to the classic Addams Family theme tune. The secret entrance to the Nightshade Society's basement can be unlocked by snapping twice, another Easter egg from the original sitcom. And Wednesday's dance at the Nevermore Raven, choreographed by Jenna Ortega herself, pays homage to Lisa Loring's dance in the original sitcom and Bob Fosse's Sweet Charity. At the dance, Lucas and his mates shower everyone with red paint, hinting at Carrie where Mean Girls drenched Carrie with pig's blood, something Wednesday herself references humorously. When Xavier asks if she's ever shot a bow and arrow, she replies only on live targets, recalling Addams Family values where Wednesday and Pugsley practiced archery on a live bird. Tim Burton's influence is evident throughout the show, from taxidermied mice and animals at Uriah's Heap to references to Corpse Bride and Nightmare on Elm Street. One particularly eerie detail is a dead rodent in a wedding dress, a nod to Corpse Bride. There's also a Freddy Krueger-esque creature with a villain's red striped top and blades for hands, mirroring the Nightmare on Elm Street villain's iconic look. This creature, like Freddy Krueger, haunts Xavier during his visions, an unsettling touch that adds to the show's dark and spooky atmosphere. Additionally, there's a Beetlejuice mouse at Dr. Kinbot's house, among other dressed-up taxidermy rodents, including a Freddy Krueger one. When Wednesday goes to find Tyler at the weather vane, she rings a bell, and Tyler's response, "You rang," is a callback to the Addams Family servant Lurch, who would always respond with the same phrase when summoned. This joke was a recurring gag in the family. Tyler then asks Wednesday if she was ever a Girl Scout, and she playfully retorts, "I can eat Girl Scouts for breakfast," referencing a moment in the Addams Family movie where Wednesday dismisses the idea of buying cookies from a Girl Scout. The reference underscores Wednesday's dark humor and disdain for conventional norms. When Wednesday breaks into the old meeting house, she finds an old painting of Crackstone with a woman looking out towards her. Close inspection suggests it might be Goody Addams, Wednesday's ancestor, though it's not entirely clear whether it's a continuity error or a deliberate decision to suggest the painting is alive or communicating with Wednesday's ghost. After discovering Crackstone's evil past, she and Thing plan to burn down his statue, mirroring Wednesday's revolt in Addams family values. When the statue starts melting, it foreshadows how Crackstone will be destroyed in the series finale. Morticia's action of removing the head from a red rose in front of Garrett Gates' grave is another nod to the Addams Family movies, where she was often seen cutting off rose heads. This act and a yearbook reveal that Morticia attended Nevermore in 1991, the same year the Addams Family movie was released. As she returns to her trademark outfit at the end, it's clear the series is grounding itself in the classic Addams Family style. On the way to Nevermore, a license plate references the Addams family's New Jersey roots, nodding to Charles Addams, the creator of the original cartoons. Gomez's prison uniform with the number 171912 is an Easter egg for Addams' birth date, January 7, 1912. Wednesday's iconic black dress and white collar return when she leaves the school, reinforcing her classic look. The basement of the Nightshade Society features a painting of Cousin It, hinting that his descendants might appear in Season 2. Principal Weems' costume is influenced by Tippi Hedren's look in Witchcock's The Birds, reflecting the overwhelming raven imagery at Nevermore and aligning with Wednesday's dark, foreboding visions. The name Nevermore itself is a nod to Edgar Allan Poe's poem, which features a talking bird that constantly repeats the word. The show's homage to classic films like Psycho is subtly evident in Wednesday's slight smile at the end of the first episode, reminiscent of Norman Bates's infamous smile. Like Cousin It, several supporting characters from the extended Addams family make both official and unofficial appearances in the show. Uncle Fester and Grandmama Addams are mentioned occasionally, usually by Wednesday in a menacing manner as part of her scare tactics. Uncle Fester, seemingly one of Wednesday's favorite family members, has a brief appearance in episode 7, while Grandmama Addams does not appear at all in season 1 of Wednesday. And that's that for today's video. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next one. Your suggestions for future videos are always welcome in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to stay in the loop. And if you want, you can share your thoughts about this video in the comments.